America was my home for 15 years. 16 years actually. When I moved there I was 22 years old. I went there for, study English and fall in love with the US. I always had a dream of the US, even when I was a kid, because the movies I was watching, and I always loved the USA. So at 22, I signed up for the EF school, international school, with the help of my parents. They pay for me for 3 months to go there, pay for the school. And 22 years old in the US, my God, it was like unbelievable. Like it was a dream, just like in the movies. I was not in California. I was not in LA. I was in Santa Barbara, but still, the best time in my life was this time. I fell in love with the US. But you can imagine, 22 years old, it was something way different than France. And at the time, I didn't even speak English. I just knew the basics, so I didn't understand. I could not talk. It was crazy difficult, but at the same time so exciting. Yeah, and I even passed my permit, my driving license there. For the 3 months, I got my driving license. I get my social security card. I was so excited about these two things. Yeah, it was great. I even bought my dream car, a 65 Mustang, four stick shift. Yeah. I had it for a while. Yeah, it was really, really, really like the dream. And I remember then it was finished, I had to go home. But I didn't want to go home. I said, I want to stay here. So what I did is, I signed up for having a student visa, and I signed up for a university there, English also still, and I went back to France, did the visa, and about 2 months later I was back in the US. I even had my car parked there in the US. I put it on a lot where we can keep the cars and we pay monthly to keep the stuff. So I had that. It was so exciting to go back and pick up my car. Yeah, it's great memories, all this. And then I met a girl, my ex-wife. We were together for 10 years, married 7, together 10 years. Then we didn't end up together, with life and everything changed, and so we separated. And then I keep working and by myself and everything. And it was the time of starting with the social dating online and stuff, and it's where I met a girl. She was from Philippines, and we're talking for a few months together, and I was like falling in love, and that was around 2008. Yes, 2008. And I decided, okay, we have to meet, So I went there. I went to vacation in Philippines. And of course, when you meet the person, you fall even more in love because you see in real life. And I decided that now, okay, I have to stay with you, I want to stay. We need to be together. At the time, in 16 years, I didn't do my passport. my US citizenship. And I could do that after 5 years with green card. After 5 years, you can do a citizenship. But I didn't do that because I was maybe a little bit lazy to do the paperwork, and you need to learn some stuff. You got to go pass the test to be a citizen, and I didn't want to deal with all that. And I was thinking, it's no big deal. I have a green card. I can stay with a green card, and maybe later, yes, I will do my passport in the future. So that was for 16 years. I push doing my passport. Later, how we do things, we always push it to later. So I went to visit her, and I decided, yes, great, I want to stay with you, but I cannot bring you to US because it's hot in the US. So what I will do is I bring you to France. So what I did is I went to France, start a little bit there again, and got a job, and I stayed there for about 2 years, I think. Yeah, about 2 years in France. And went back, I got everything for her done, and we got married in Philippines. And I bring her back to France, and it's perfect. Everything's good, no? And then didn't work out. About 9 months later, we separate. Yeah. So she went back to Philippines, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going back to US then. I don't want to stay in France. I don't want to be here. All my life was in the US, and I was in France just because of that girl. And then I wanted to go back, so maybe 3 years later. And then when I wanted to go back, I realized I didn't have a green card anymore. Yeah, it's called overstay. And I had no idea that after 6 months, when you leave the US in a green card, you have 6 months, and you have to tell the US embassy that you will extend in France a little bit, So I didn't do that. And after a year, I didn't do that. And after 2 years, I didn't do that. 3 years, I didn't do anything. I didn't tell anybody because that was me. I was stupid to not know the rules. And then I lost my green card. So when I wanted to go back, well, you don't have green card. I checked before because I heard something online about this letter, that this could happen. I'm like, man, no, it's not possible. So I call and they tell me, yes, you overstay, you're not allowed to come back and work in the US. You don't have green card anymore. So this was really a defeat. It was like, what a F. It's not, oof, that sucks. I didn't want to stay in France. My life was in the US, but I could not go back. So I got stuck in France. I had to start everything again. Found a job, and I had a job, but it was a small job just so I could have money for her to come and everything. I didn't plan on doing this. So yeah, that's how I lost my green card, and that's how I got stuck in France again. So that was a big regret. Even today is my biggest mistake of my life is that, because I would be in the US till now if this didn't happen. I took time for granted, you see. I thought I would have time. I had a green card, so what? I'm fine, right? Well, I was not fine, and I didn't know. I didn't know that. Yeah, so part of me got emotionally stuck there, and here I got stuck. Part of me wanted to be there, the other one didn't want to be here, and I didn't have a choice. I lost the opportunity that I had. All that because I waited to do my citizenship. I had 5 years after my green card. After my green card, I could do my citizenship. I didn't do it because always pushing things to tomorrow, and I thought I had time. And since then, since 2008, 9, 10, 2012, 14, like that, I'm kind of like not miserable, but not satisfied with my life. I never was satisfied since this happened, and maybe that's why I'm always trying to be free. Like freedom for me is important, and time is important, and I think that's why I started my YouTube channel, to get out of this. Now I'm 56. I would not say the US is impossible, but at 56 it will be harder to start over. The time from the 90s to now, the time are different. It's not the same anymore. The US is very expensive and it's different. The law is different there now. So it's very, very difficult to start again. Not that I'm afraid, because I'm like that. I could do it. But something's telling me that it's kind of too late. What I would do though is, for sure, we'll go on vacation, because I still have friends there. I'm still friends with my ex. We still talk once in a while, and it'd be amazing to go back. But to live there, I don't think I could. It'd be too hard to start over. And my other dream now is Thailand. That's why Thailand is another thing that I think will be great for me. Because it's all the weather, the life is cheaper, and everything is easier. But yeah, so if you want to do something, if you have to do something, if you need to do it, if you want to do it, don't wait too long, because you will lose the opportunity. You will lose that. I think everything have a time. We don't see it. We cannot see that everything is a timing, but it's a timing. And if you miss that timing, it's over. You lose it. It doesn't mean that you will not have another timing, but it will be different. You will not be for the same thing. So yeah, I lost that timing. I lost my green card. I lost the possibility to have my citizenship. I lost the possibility to continue my life in the US. I was there for 16, 17 years. From I was 22 until I was 38. And this is the biggest regret for me, still today. So we don't need to have regrets like that. If we do the things when we're supposed to do it, and not wait, and not kind of be stupid because I was stupid, you know. All this for a girl that lasted the marriage 1 year. But we're still friends though. That's what's funny. I'm always friends with all my exes, so. And but I should have not jumped to conclusion like that. Just be so impulsive and just leave everything just for that. Is something I think I will never do again. But sometimes I think I'm a little bit still stupid, I think. And I hope I will not do that, something like that again though. But you gotta be careful. Because when you have an impulsion like this, you do stupid things. So yeah. I think that's why I'm starting YouTube. That's why I want to rebuild my life. That's why I'm doing this. Everything is related to what happened before. And I feel like my life is not finished, you know. I feel like I still have so many things to do. Even that I'm older, I don't, 56 years old, yeah, it's a lot on age. But mentally, I'm so far from being 56. I feel like I'm in my 30s mentally. I don't see age like everybody else. And you should not too. You should not focus on that. You should still do things you want to do, old or not old. But of course, if you're 40 or 30, do it now. Don't wait. So that's it. That was a little story about my green card and why I'm here. If you like that story and if you have questions, leave me a comment, give me a like. That will help my YouTube channel. So thank you for listening, and okay, see you in the next video.